Series round 3 around Mexico. I'm joined by my co-coms Alan K.
Welcome, Jack, and everyone, all viewers. How are you?
It's going to be
looking
good.
forward to this after an exciting League 2.
League 2, there was a bit of a calamity in USA from the start. That wasn't great, but League 1 last time it showed some good racing, some nice racing from this lot. Hopefully we see it again today. And
yeah, hopefully we don't see a repeat of the first race last week in Canada where the gaps drop out to a second between the cars. Hopefully it's more like the way it was in America where they're all nose to tail.
hopefully. Well, we can only hope, but qualifying should be underway very, very shortly.
Drivers just putting their setups on just to run through the current standings of the teams while they're readying up for this. So VSR lead the way on 110 points. Tough are behind on 101 points. Then One Hub in third on 97 points. TTG in fourth on 70 points, with Livid bringing up the rear on 48. So we could see that all change.
Well, we're now underway for qualifying. People have now started their fast lap. Going into the first corner rumble with Prenens, I don't know who he's racing for though, because some people don't have a name in front of the thing.
As far as I'm aware, the Sauber is a Livid Esports car, I think. Just let me double check the cars.
Well, the Sauber's been locking up so far through a few of these corners. Down at the back now, Prenens, I don't know what it's meant to be said as.
Maybe he's validated the lap by the looks of it.
I don't think he's invalidated. He's just locked up. He's lost his rear a couple of times. There's Keane and Deneen, Brumadinho, and Samsa. They all look like they made a few mistakes going through the S section. S sections often make or break your lap, and I think we're going to see some struggles with tyre wear coming into that corner. Those few corners.
Yeah.
Might see a few mistakes.
This is a little tricky. To get on the power and the run to the line now to that corner, the final corner is tricky as well. So let's see some cars go around there.
I'm just going to get stream up on my computer, and beautiful.
So for the League 1, we've got in the Mercedes and Ferrari, we've got One Hub Racing. I'll let you go through the standing order and then I'll go through the cars, Jack.
Alright, so on pole we have VSR Nolan with a 112.9, only just around about-ish, a tenth away from second place of Tough Max Till, who I believe got the race winner in Canada. And I think he got another podium again in... Where was the other race?
USA.
USA. I think he got a podium in USA as well. We got TTG Poe in third, Luca fourth, Julian fifth, VSR Lambo sixth, VSR Marquis seventh, TTG Squeezy eighth with his TTG teammate TTG Ollie in ninth, and I didn't see the rest of them because I didn't go through quick enough. Hang on, then we had Rafa in 11th, and that's all I saw. That was on the stream.
We get to see them here as they line up for the formation lap anyway. So just a quick run through the cars for you then. One Hub Racing are in the Merc and the Ferrari. VSR are in the Red Bull and Haas. Tough are in the Renault and Force India, with TTG in the Toro Rosso and McLaren, with Livid Esports in the Sauber and Williams.
Beautiful. Do you have any predictions coming into this race?
This Tough guy I haven't seen that's just qualified pole. We know what Max Till's like. Max is fast. Blizzard's fast. TTG maybe they don't have there's maybe Squeezy's there. So Squeezy Paul will be looking to be up there. VSR Marquez as well will be another one to keep an eye on. And there was another Tough driver, I can't remember which one it was it Lean or Luca? One of them was quite up there as well last week for most of the running.
Except we have VSR Blizzard starting from second last on the back row of the grid.
we've seen in many league races here on TTV of Blizzard going from back of the grid to front, so I wouldn't rule that out.
Well, we're going to have to see how he does. Except Marquis is also up around about the mid-points in 7th.
7th.
We have VSR on pole.
Yeah, VSR Nolan. It's the first time we've seen VSR Nolan in action for VSR in a mini league, so it'll be interesting to see how he goes.
Well, someone on pole is a good sign.
He's gone. Yeah, Max. We know Max is quick and he's going to put him under pressure, so it'll be good to see what his racecraft is like.
Indeed. But we currently have 3 tough drivers ahead of Marquis at the moment.
Yeah,
and Lambo, sorry.
Indeed.
So
Paul was up there as well with Squeezy just behind them, so
I think it could.
We would expect to see the top 8 stay fairly close in the train. Ollie and down to maybe as far as Blizzard or even Sam Steer will probably stay pretty much together as well.
Oh, Marquis has left the session.
I don't know. Marquis has left the session, so he needs to get back in and get in control of that car once it gets moving.
I think it's going to go right down to the wire between VSR and Tough.
But this is going to be a big blow to VSR if Marquez doesn't get back into that car and score some points.
But the 5 red lights have gone, except we aren't underway just yet as we're being held up and we're racing. It's a very long run into the first corner, I believe. Looks like Max Hill's got a good start and is putting I think that's Nolan under a bit of pressure. Nolan's still leading at the moment, except Max Still's dropped down a few positions. A Renault on the inside though, going 3 wide. I do believe all big contact up the front. I think that's a bit of carbon fibre from one of the McLarens as has to cut the corner. A few people, actually no one going wide really. Nolan's still in the lead. Max Still has dropped down too.
This is amazing racing. You're 2 and 3 wide all the way they've been since the start finish line. If we can keep this clean, it'll be good racing by everyone.
We're going to go on boarded lean as he tries to make an overtake on the McLaren of TTG Squeezy. Not the best overtaking opportunity coming into the S section though. It's also where I would really try. Except he's still going for it. He's going too wide through there and he takes the overtake on Squeezy. I think he had to go off the track there a bit though.
Ollie went a bit wide there as well out of the S's. Got a bit of a tank slapper on.
A half stop of the inside. That is VSR Lambo.
3 wide through the stadium section. Ollie, Rafa and Lambo, I think.
Squeezy's pulling into the pits. I think there might be a bit of wind damage.
You seeing? Maybe.
They're all very close. I think we could be going 3 wide coming into the first corner though. Down the back with Denny. No, not going 3 wide, but he's going to try and overtake his teammate possibly.
There's plenty of battling going on here.
Well, that's all his teammate, that's the Sauber. But the Ferrari of Sam's is still trying to hold on, going around the outside of him. Still wheel to wheel. Denny going a bit wide, he's in the wall. Denny dropping right back.
He's back to the, well, at the back of the running pack at the moment with Squeezy being in pit lane.
Well, that's disappointing for him.
It is very disappointing after a hectic first lap there. It's VSR Nolan still in the lead, Paul in second and Max still in third.
He's got a bit of minor front wing damage I think from what I can see. Yeah, he's struggling in the S section. Oh, there's 2 people off. That's Rafa and Ollie. Got TG, Ollie and Rafa. I don't know what happened with those 2.
Going and Marquez is back in the session, so
except he's disqualified.
He's disqualified, so
that's hurting VSR.
It's going to hurt VSR big style. As Ollie
I think Rafa pushing Ollie off a little bit there.
Yeah, we push Rafa a bit at the first corner. It's a bit of tit for tat there, and we'd like to see the guys keep it a little bit cleaner than that going forward.
Yeah, both putting into pits.
Drive into pit lane, so obviously they're struggling with damage.
Oh, going 3 wide into the first corner. Kean going up the inside. Bromadino's going to have to let him go, except he locks up, and Kean goes way too deep. Siege is going to try and get his position back, which he does do. Kean had a go, he had an effort. except it didn't quite work out for him.
Dino made an excellent move there, but picked up 2 places. Opportunistic move.
Well played from him.
Ian's still hanging on the back there though. Looking to see if you can clearly see his right end plate, his right wing end plate is missing on Ian's car, so that is going to be hurting him, especially through this section as he cuts that. That's going to be a warning and most likely a time penalty if he keeps doing it.
Well, we can see Tough now all in the line, other than... Actually, yeah, they're all together, Liam, Julian, Luca and Max.
Drivers. So, is there going to be team orders here? Who did he put out in front and who did he have playing the rear gunner role?
Oh, he's looking solid from them.
Gaining on Paul here, as Max still tries to go around the outside and Paul went to turn 1. Paul places the car nicely. Just to come out as chicane turn 3. On the run down to turn 4, Max still will have DRS again here. He's going to the outside again. Paul's defending 2 side by side.
It's going to be on the inside. Paul giving him plenty of room.
He's giving very fair racing, both giving each other plenty of room. And Paul is going to be picked here by Luca too, by the looks of it, as he tried to move up the inside. And Luca's got the outside now, so Max still is true and clear, and Luca is all over the back of Paul now. I wonder, has Paul got a bit of damage as well?
I don't know. I can't see any
damage on the car there at the moment, and so.
But that splits up the Tough people, as maybe Max will try and hold up Poe so his Tough teammates can.
Guys behind can make a move. Yeah, could be some team driving here. All right, you can see in action.
So we saw that in League 2 from Nexus a little bit. They held up Recon.
Yeah, it was I think it was Pursuit and Clone, the two Mercedes. Right.
Let me get away. It was cloning what's his name? Pursuit.
Yeah. And Flinez are in, and Flinez is getting a wing change. Lane, I don't think got a wing change. I think just it was tyres and back out for Lane, so I think he's just trying to get a jump, an undercut jump here on the train of Tough car ahead of him.
Well, the first Tough car pulls into pits, that's Luca. Squeezy.
Luca, sorry, yeah.
Hang on, who's pit so far? Let's have a little look. Whoever from Deneen upwards hasn't pitted.
Yeah.
Whoops.
And Deneen is losing time rapidly with that damaged wing. I think sooner rather than later he needs to go for pit lane.
I don't know if we're going to be seeing a little bit of scrapping between Ollie and Rafa at the back there, because I think they might have had a little collision which caused both of them to go off. I don't know what specifically happened.
A little bit of a ding dong through the stadium section as well on the way back to pit lane, so whether that was to do with having damaged wings and not the car not turning in, or I'd say it's probably a bit of both, and the lads having a little nibble at each other too.
But Bromandino goes up the inside of his Ferrari teammate coming into the first corner. I don't know those who are batting or it's team orders, but Sams is already all over the back of him.
Just sitting here looking to see if he can pick one or two, maybe beating both of them off at the moment. The Blizzard are doing an excellent job in limiting the effects of losing Marquez's car out of this race already. 3 of their drivers in the top 4.
We've got 3 VSR now. It was Tough dominating, but now they've all pit.
They've all pitted, but the VSR guys have to pit still as well, so we will see all that change again.
It's going to be very close to the championship. See if VSR can keep their...
See, just still on the back of these 2 Ferraris. Coming into the section, so we'll see to be able to make a move down the long straight here, and maybe possibly Sam Steer, maybe first one picked off.
Got Nolan and Julian in the pits now. I think Nolan, he's gonna get out first, except Siege and Sam.
Siege here is closing in on Sam. He goes for the outside.
He's gonna have it, I think.
Going before the braking zone. Yeah, that's a nice move by Siege, and he's going to go hunting the second Ferrari now.
So Sam's still
We'll have
all over him.
DRS as well, yeah.
Yeah. I think this will be where Siege gets away if he can get these next few corners right.
He's got the DRS down that straight there as well from the activation point. It's the same activation point as the first DRS on, so.
This splits up the two Ferrari drivers. Siege getting in the way. Holding.
Yeah, man. Blumendino seems to be taking advantage of Siege and his teammate battling behind and pulling away, so.
See some close racing so far. VSR Nolan is just behind Max.
Still. Yeah, that's Nolan was ahead of Max still before the pit stops phases, so Luca as well. Luca and Max still have both got the undercut and jumped VSR Nolan, and he's got.
Oh, Keane's gone wide, and Nolan, Max, and Luca I think have all taken advantage of that and they've moved up one position.
They have indeed. You can see VSR Nolan now desperate to get that position back. You'll have a go down the long straight here under DRS.
Except Max is also going to have DRS on Luca in front of him.
It'll be Luca in front who won't have the DRS, so.
I think he could get bullied into his first corner. Well, not quite. Luca going back at him.
Yeah, that's good defending.
Oh, Nolan, an opportunistic move going for Luca. He's been pushed out wide.
Luca's still there.
Wheel to wheel.
Being fair, giving them room though, Luca, being fair. And
it's well played. Nolan goes up the inside, goes wide.
And he keeps the inside for the next corner though, rightly. And that's Nolan with the position done. And two tough Force Indians
together again.
Behind. Julian is still the one tough driver who seems to have lost out. That pit stop phase there, he's dropped quite a bit back now.
Except he's
Paul and Squeezy.
Looks like he might overtake Keane coming into that corner where Keane went wide and lost all his positions beforehand.
Keane's coming back up the inside, and Keane takes the position back. Or is that? No, that is Paul on Keane who gets the position.
Yeah, Paul.
So Julian kept his position. I think Keane's going to fall straight into the clutches of Squeezy here now as well, and Lambo who are both coming behind. Interestingly, Squeezy jumped Lambo through that pit stop phase as well there for the guys.
Lean moves ahead of Luca under DRS.
So at the moment, the only ones still left to make the pit stop are the front three plus Keane. Everyone else has made a pit stop already.
I don't think Keane's had a fun race so far.
He seems to be struggling a bit on them tyres at this stage anyway of the race, so I'm sure he'll be hoping his pit lap comes around quicker or sooner rather than later.
Probably.
Both guys are all back together again, 3 in a row, Ian, Luca and Julian.
But Blizzard currently 10 seconds ahead of Blizzard currently 10 seconds ahead of all of his other competitors on the same strategy as him. Which is
looking at the gaps at the moment, pit stop should drop Blizzard back out, maybe in and around Keane somewhere at the moment, just ahead of Squeezy. So if Squeezy can keep his foot in here and maybe close in a couple of more seconds, he might pick Blizzard. Siege pits.
But Max going around the outside of Nolan, kind of. He was ahead well before the corner, but I think that's Max moving up into podium positions.
I think it was Max more that was defending the position from Nolan. I think Nolan had a go at him under DRS, and he has DRS again, looking to see if he's better of it this time around.
So they both had DRS.
Picks himself up a 3-second time penalty. Yeah, they're fairly in the train here at the moment, from Max sort of downwards to maybe. You know, Keane's dropped off the back of it. Max to Paul is certainly close enough anyway at the moment. You know, further back down the field we've got Ollie and Rafa are still there together side by side. Nose to tail.
Lean picks up 3-second time penalty. That'll drop in quite a few positions if other people don't.
At the moment, yeah, I haven't seen many penalties pop up. I've seen Blizzard and Lean, and I think I've seen someone else pick up. That's all I can remember at the moment. So it definitely hasn't been as many penalties as we seen last week anyway. As Blizzard and Dormandino spit.
Nolan up the inside and Max has around the outside, coming into the first corner. He's got the inside line for the next corner though. Nolan, I don't think he can do much about that as he loses rear end on the exit of, I think that was turn 3 there.
There has Blizzard pop back out, so yeah, I was right, and that is our Blizzard pops back out and around where Kane was before he pitted just ahead of Squeezy, so.
Nolan picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
Tougher firmly in the driving seat anyway in this one at the moment.
Clearly they got 1, 3, 4 and 5.
Yeah, it's been a good night so far for Tough. They will be hoping to reach the finish line in that order and then do it again in the next race as well.
Shown some real dominance so far here in Mexico, which
I think at the moment that will send Tough to the top of the leaderboard going into the last round as well, with the points they're picking up at the moment. So,
well, as it stands, where do you think everyone will be positioned?
At the moment it's looking like maybe Tough will be in the lead. You're looking at VSR will retain second. It's going to be tight between TTG and One Hub for third. And unfortunately for Livid, oh no, actually Livid it's One Hub who are in the mark. So the two One Hub mark, well, Kane at the back and Rafa in 14th will hope One Hub with. So I think One Hub might possibly drop a place to TTG here as well. So there will be movement in the standings, I would say.
Except Nolan has now taken the lead of this race, putting Tough now 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh yeah. And I haven't seen Nolan pick up the time penalty in the race yet either, so
he picked one up in a battle with Max, I think a lap or so ago.
As Deneen picks himself up a time penalty towards the back end. Just looking through, still got Siege on the back of Prince as well, further back the field. Bormandino as well, trying to close back in after the pit stops, trying to catch back up. It's going to be crucial for these two guys to get by as quick as they can here. Siege around the outside into the stadium section and take glimpse the inside line. That's a nice move by Siege, and I think Prince is also going to lose out to Bornandino here now when they come down the straight.
Luca under pressure from Poe now though. I'm not sure who gets DRS through here. It's gonna be Poe.
DRS, he has, oh, you see his DRS rear wing up, pop open. He's gone around the outside, and
he loses out.
Again, but Luca was well aware to it. Gets a bit
bare
there,
contact though.
A little bit of side to side contact. That's good racing though. They both held it well there, and just about giving each other enough space. And look at this. Blizzard is all over this now. He sees a battle happening. He said, "Thank you very much. I'll have that position, Paul." And now he's looking for Lucas.
He's on quicker tyres as well.
He's got some run out of the S section. Lucas just positioning his car nicely, just to slow Blizzard down a little bit. And Blizzard, taps the back end of Luca and nearly spins it.
Poe goes up the inside.
Not able to get past and get the move done. Blizzard just able to fend them off. Luca's going to be vulnerable here now with the two cars behind him with DRS out. As you see, Blizzard there popping the DRS open, instantly closing up onto the back of Luca. He's going around the outside. He'll have the move done before the braking zone. Yep, Squeezy's not close enough.
So that puts Blizzard. He's on the Hypersoft tyres. He's going to be on the hunt for all the tough drivers in front of him.
Tough drivers, yeah. He's going to need to get his foot down. He's only got 3.5 laps left.
Well, it's 1 down, 3 to go. That's 1 a lap.
Yeah. So he's got to get a move on to limit VSR's pain of losing the car out of this race.
Oh, hang on.
So.
I think I just saw a couple of people scrapping out for 10th there.
Yeah,
a couple of people get force 1. Oh,
three wide here. There's Siege is involved here as well. And you see Sam Steer coming back up on the back as well here. So this is going to be a 4-way battle for the final for 10th spot here.
So we got a different point system.
Trying to cut back, just side by side, Sage and Prince through the S section, and Sage backs out and thinks better of it. Tries to get a better drive out of the S's. He's got it, but can he get by Prince before the braking zone?
Not
No,
quite.
just has to brake going in. And will Bernardino or Sam Stair trying to nick the place here as Sage tries to cut back.
Oh!
It's not there. Oh,
Prince.
and unlucky Prince loses the back end, and Sage and Sam Stair say thank you very much for the position, but I was very unlucky by Prince. He held it well though, knocked it into the wall.
Loses a position to Rafa as well.
Yeah,
I don't think there was any contact in that.
All over the back. I didn't see any contact. It looked like Prince spun up his rear wheels just a little bit too early on the power. Ollie is going to need to get by Prince.
Oh, Siege makes a little mistake. Sorry about that. Cut you off.
Yeah, alright.
Sam up the inside of Siege. It's a good overtake, except he makes a little mistake on the exit of a corner. Siege can't make another move on him to get his position back. Bernardino has moved away from this after their little battle.
Going back to the front end though, Jack. The leaders are top four and nose the title again here at the front end, so I think we could have fights brewing here in the next couple of laps.
Nolan in the lead, except I think the DRS, it might not be for too much longer. I would say I'd see them run the rest of this lap in this train formation, and then we might start seeing some overtakes. And Blizzard is flat out now, down to 2.5 seconds behind Julian. If he gets onto the back of these guys on them Hypersoft tyres, we could see him pick up quite a few of them, I think. It's going to be close coming into the final couple of laps, though.
It is indeed, Jack.
It's going to go right down to the wire.
Tough, still well positioned though, even though the Blizzard picked the 5th off Luca. Still well positioned and still scoring more points than BSR at the moment, so that's all they need to keep doing.
So we got Brazil next, I believe. It is Brazil.
Brazil, that'll be the last one of the series.
Always brings good racing, so.
Yeah, it's a tight track as well. It's small in terms of distance. It's short in terms of distance. So, and then also the narrow track with the grass at the sides keeps racing always interesting at Brazil. It's a track I actually enjoy very much. In my opinion, should be the final round of the season in real life and in racing leagues.
I was just about to say I agree with you.
It's just so much better for contested fighting on track compared to Abu Dhabi, I think.
Like we saw in 2008, Glock, Massa and Hamilton.
Yeah, the Glock Massa battle. We've seen quite a few titles decided in Interlagos and Sao Paulo as well, so both Brazil tracks have seen title fights, you know, and titles being decided, so it's always been a good country for the sport.
So Blizzard is catching now. He's still just a little bit outside the DRS.
Just out of DRS, but I think he might just be able to get inside it before they get around through the stadium section here.
We're gonna
he's got
see.
one lap. What can he do? As Max that leads them out of the final corner for penultimate time, and he's coming up on a back marker here too, which I think is. No, it's not. It's Nolan leading ahead. I thought that was Max that was in the lead.
Oh, yellow flag says Prince.
Prince has dropped out. Where is he? I'm on board with Keane here to see if we can spot his car anywhere. And yeah, it's out of the S section. He looks like he's on the right hand side, parked out of the S section. He looks like he's spun it coming out of the S's.
He was on 12.
One of the Livid Saubers not scoring points now as well.
That's disappointing for them.
Yeah, very disappointed for Livid Esports. As far as I'm aware of him, from what I can see there, they were a car down coming into it anyway, so. Or possibly two.
Oh yeah, we're missing a couple of cars for this.
Yeah, there was only 18 come to the grid, so there is teams missing cars. As we say, Mark Cases is DNF as well, so Nolan coming into the stadium section for the last time. Jack, I'll let you take over to the end and I'll get doing some maths.
Blizzard, I don't think he's done just enough to get close to Julian, but with a few laps, I reckon he would have been able to get him for sure. As Julian actually takes the win, Blizzard gets second. Blizzard takes second due to time penalties. Nolan, I believe, had a 3-second time penalty, and I don't know about the others, but that drops back still into fourth. Julian gets the win. Blizzard's down second. So we got Tough in first, fourth, fifth, and sixth, with VSR in second, thirds. Then we have to drop right down to 11th and 18th for the disqualification. Livid Esports, I think, only turned up with was it 2 or 3 drivers?
I think it was 2, and then they lost the car.
So who do we finish Livid?
I think the only Livid finisher is Deneen in the Williams. I think is going to be the only finisher for Livid Esports.
That's really not great from Livid Esports today, though. I think they must have just been unlucky with what drivers they had available. Only turning up with 2 cars and having them finish 16th, 17th. It's unlucky for them, I think, but Tough now having a dominant Mexico, moving up quite a lot. Alan will give us the standings in a minute once he's sorted out the maths and stuff, but I'm seeing a lot of Dutch people at the moment taking that top step in league racing. For some reason I just always see a Dutch.
There's quite a few of them around, so
taking inspiration from Max. But we had Julian in first place due to time penalties. I'm going to have a little quick look, see who had what. Yeah, because Nolan had 12 seconds of time penalties, so I'm not surprised he moved off that top step. Disappointed for him, but Julian takes the win. Blizzard moves up into second. He did very well to catch up after his pit stop. He had hyper soft tyres, everyone else on the ultras. It's a good strategy from him. Nolan coming home in third for VSR. It's a strong performance for them, but then we have 3 toughs in a row, Max, Lean and Luca, which pushes them up very nicely into the final race of this. I think it's going to be very close between Tough and VSR. 2 TTG drivers of Poe and Siege split up from Squeezy by Bromadinho for who's that? One Hub. That's the last person that we see that isn't Tough VSR, or yeah, that's the highest One Hub racing driver, Squeezy in 10th. VSR Lambo. I think, yeah, the last finisher of VSR is Mark Races got disqualified after, I think he lagged out the session. Rafa coming home in 12th, Ollie in 13th, Sam 14th, Keen 15th, Deneen 16th, Prince 17th, and Mark Races 18th. Only disqualification and 1 retirement so far with Prince, who I believe just spun on the exit of the S section, which is disappointing for him because it wasn't long until the end of the race as well, so it's sad for
the points after the point stand, and then after round 3 sees Tough take the lead in the standings on 173 points. VSR dropped to second with 162. One Hub in third on 131. TTG closed the gap in up to 116 points, and Livid Esports at the back, unfortunately, with 53 points. So Livid will be hoping for a good last race just to boost their points up anyway.
So what was the
set up the next lobby?
What was the overall standings between Tough and VSR, so I didn't hear?
So Tough are on 173 and VSR are 162, so there's 11 points separating them.
Well, we're going to have to see what happens coming into Brazil, which will be up very soon, I believe. I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be very, very close. VSR are going to try and hold on to their title. But thank you for watching. We'll be back very shortly. I'd like to thank Alan as well. So, see you very soon.